Copwatch, policing the police every single day.
Charlotte County Sheriff Bill Prummell is part of the Baker Act abuse and Baker acting for profit. Our view: police, mental health pros offer hope, not a sell. Our position: the cooperation between area health professionals and law enforcement is encouraging, but the cost of treatment for patients is a concern. There were 199,944 people who were forced to undergo mental health evaluation through the Baker Act in 2017. There has been a 22% increase in the utilization of the Baker Act statewide in the past 5 years, a 56% increase in the last decade. In Charlotte County, the rate of Baker Act cases has increased 41% in the past 5 years. In Sarasota County, 24%. Why the stark increase? There could be several reasons, but the good news is more people with mental illness or substance abuse problems are getting help. The Baker Act, if you are not familiar, allows law enforcement to take a person deemed a threat to themselves or others to a mental health facility for evaluation. The cooperation between local law enforcement agencies and mental health professionals is making a difference, not only in the number of people taken for treatment under the Baker Act, but in the recognition of mental health issues by police officers. Many of the officers at the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office and the Northport Police Department, for instance, have undergone crisis intervention training. The 5-day, 40-hour class help officer understand when a person has a mental illness. They learn how to keep the situation from escalating into a violent confrontation. The training often takes place at Charlotte Behavioral Health Care in Punta Gorda. A recent story in The Sun outlined an example of how CIT training came into play. Former inmate Sterling Alivac was on a high and armed with a knife when he encountered 4 deputies after stealing a bottle of beer. He was subdued, however, without harm to anyone. "They had every right to shoot me," Alivac said. "I advanced on them." Help is available for people like Alivac through programs like the Addiction Recovery Initiative. Charlotte County Sheriff Bill Prummell started the program in 2016. Under its guidelines, anyone can turn in their user amounts of drugs and seek treatment by approaching any law enforcement officer. The idea is twofold: to get people the help they need and to open up space in the jail by eliminating inmates charged with petty drug possession crimes. People brought in for treatment under that alternative can end up in long-term recovery programs for addictions, some in-house and some outpatient treatments. Those treatments are not free, however. Victoria Scanlon, CEO of Charlotte Behavioral, said there are several options to pay. "If the person is on Medicaid, we bill Medicaid," she said. "Also, there are some state-funded beds if the person is indigent. And, of course, there is private insurance. Clients are also able to show proof of low income and work out a payment schedule. Most people," Scanlon said, "do need longer-term programs to beat their addictions and recover. And, thanks to the relationship between law enforcement and mental health pros, that opportunity is happening more often than ever before." Kudos to the Sheriff's Office and Northport Police for their efforts to make it all work.
Hey, Sheriff, we have a question about why your office, your intelligence division, is investigating private citizens for criminal investigation that happen to be activists that are overseeing your department. Why would you have your intelligence division investigate private citizens? We have done...
for life hating so much.
Sir, we don't hate anyone. We love freedom and we love American people. And government is out of control. That's why you're seeing such a revolt nationwide. Why can't you just answer, why is Susan Edwards, your intelligence division, investigating private citizens? This should not happen.
Are you here to apply for a job?
Possibly I might be applying for a job, but that's irrelevant to my question. Why would you ask that question?
Well, enjoy the fair.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Excuse you?
Excuse me, sir.
So those of you that haven't
Wow.
been on a bike before, we're
Sheriff's
just
getting a little too pushy. You work for us, Sheriff. Just keep that in mind. At one time we respected you, but not with that type of attitude.
Police use who may want to retaliate against him physically.
Hey, Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County Copwatch, and I just wanted you to know that I am using this stuff under fair use. And also remember to like and subscribe this channel. Also, too, keep in mind I do not make any money on YouTube. This is 5 hours work a day, you know, fighting for freedom. And you can donate with PayPal and Patreon. I just want you to think about this. If everybody gives to PayPal and Patreon, Patreon is every month. Actually, PayPal you can do every month. I have 12,000 subscribers. If everybody gives, I can quit my regular job and go full-time investigations on Charlotte County and possibly even more and beyond. So just keep that in mind. If everybody helps out, I can go full-time doing this. Thanks.